Okay, so today I feel the need to talk about miscreations. Um, so I have had a lot of miscreations in my life, and I realized this only just since I started to listen to Neville Goddard and his lectures, and of course the law of assumption and how we create with our imagination. And now I have realized that in the past I have had a lot of miscreations without being aware of it. And I still have some miscreations. Fortunately, not big ones, just small ones, but I still have them. And this really scares me. Sometimes, what if I create or miscreate something big in my life again? Because I've had some small miscreations. We all have, I think, because when I first heard that we create all the time everything that we experience in our life is some sort of a creation of our mind. So my biggest miscreation, of course, in my life, and I must admit that it is still haunting me after almost 1.5 years now, is a miscreation of my husband. I think I talked about this in my first episode here. It's actually my husband, the death of my husband. It must have been. It must have been. It is a miscreation of me, because I, of course, didn't realize this at the moment. I had no idea that my imagination and my thoughts were creating all the time. So I was creating and miscreating and creating and miscreating, but I had maybe 80% miscreations and 20% good wanted creations. So that was the biggest miscreation. It's only now that I'm aware of this. I was constantly imagining myself living this peaceful life, but I was always alone. I was alone. I was imagining myself being alone. I think maybe 90% of my daydreaming and my imagination that I had, I was alone. It didn't include my husband. So this was obviously a miscreation. And when I heard Neville Goddard talking about this, really I got so scared, and I already felt guilty at that time. And since that moment I felt even more guilty, because I really realized that I was the one who had miscreated this. I was the one who had been imagining myself alone without him. So really at that point I started to first of all, I must admit that I almost condemned all the lectures of Neville Goddard, because I was so afraid of it. And I just said to myself, this is not real. This is just some BS. It's not real. It's bullshit. But I have to admit now, of course, that I know that it is true. I have seen it now in my life. I've experienced it in my life, and I also I still experience a lot of miscreations. For instance, the thing that I have had, I think, twice, or maybe, yeah, I think twice now, is the fact that, and this is just some silly thing, but it's a miscreation, and I recognized it instantly. I was walking my dog, and there was this person, and I must admit that I'm a little bit of an antisocial person. So sometimes I have these days when I really don't want to see anyone, and I was walking my dog, and I stopped at some point, and all of a sudden I was thinking by myself, oh no, what if this person would now just come right behind the corner? I would not be able to turn around and act as if I didn't notice him. I would have to talk to him. And I really wasn't in the mood to talk to this person at that moment. And right at that moment, when I had just thought about it, and not even 2 seconds after this, bam, there he was. He stood right in front of me. And I thought, like, oh no, what a miscreation. Because I was so, not really fearful, but yeah, maybe a little bit fearful. I really didn't want to see him. I didn't want to talk to him at that moment. So there he was. And then I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I had almost the same thing with the same exact person. I was driving my car, and I was driving down the road from my house, and at the corner, it just popped into my mind, oh no, what if he comes across what if he comes around the corner right now in his car? What would I say now? I really don't want to see him right now because he's gonna want to talk to me, and I really don't want to see him now. And bam, there he was right at that exact moment again. So I was really aware of it, that this was another miscreation of mine. So then I started to realize, like, whoa, what if I miscreate something big in my life again? I really must try to avoid this. So at all costs. So what I do now is I try to imagine only lovely things, and I'm still scared. I'm still afraid of miscreations, and especially I don't want to hurt anyone. So I just say to myself, when I imagine something, I just say to myself always, for the highest good of all. So I really don't want to hurt anyone. I never wanted to hurt anyone in the first place, but it really scares me sometimes. Like for instance, I have this very large dog. I have an American Akita, and I have him from a shelter. I have it's a female. I have her now 2 years, and she's a little bit aggressive, because they were gonna put her down, and I didn't want that to happen. So I said, okay, I will take care of her, but I am really the only person who can get near her. There is really no one else who can get near this dog. So there is no veterinary, no one who can get close to her. So I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit afraid of the fact that she might get pregnant. So I really don't know what to do. I have my other Akita, and he is with her. He's the only dog that is allowed to get near to her, and I can't separate them. So I'm really afraid sometimes now that she might get pregnant. What am I supposed to do then? I can't get any vet near her. So I've been thinking about this. And the only thing that I can do is I just imagine myself when these fearful thoughts come up. It's just a small thing, but still, what if it happens, you know? And I just start to imagine, and I see myself talking to like other people and saying like, yeah, she can't get pregnant because she must be infertile, and she can't have she can't get pregnant. And so yeah, I really don't know, but I'm a little bit afraid of miscreations. But these are the things that I have been experiencing in my life, and I think that because of this big miscreation that I had in my life, I still have these moments that I am really frightened of miscreating again, especially causing harm to others, because that's really the last thing I want to do. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. What are your experiences with this? And maybe you have some ideas or something else, anything. I would love to hear about it. And thank you for joining my channel.